Hey there, fight fans. In today's video, we might have some real information exploding here. Journalist Reuben Carter shared some pretty exciting news. Russian fighter Sergei Pavlovich will be taking on the legendary UFC heavyweight champion Jon Jones on August 19th at UFC 292 in Boston. Now that is just what he's claiming, so how does he know about this and where did he get this date from? Well, we're going to dive into those details together and try to understand what's going on behind the scenes. Then, Michael Bisping talked about a heavyweight who could create some big problems for Jon Jones. And at the end of this video, we will talk about the fight between Benil Dariush and Charles Oliveira. Benil is certain that this fight will not resort to a judge's decision, because it's gonna be a war. Either Charles will kill him, or he will kill Charles. He doesn't see any other option. However, Charles Oliveira named the decisive factors in this fight. So what are those, and what exactly does he mean? Well, all of this and much more awaits us in this new video, so stay with us. But before we kick off the video, I just want to ask you guys, please do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We greatly appreciate it, so thank you in advance. For quite a long time now in the world of MMA, fans have been worried about a possible upcoming fight between Russian fighter Sergei Pavlovich and UFC heavyweight champion Jon Jones. The news of the upcoming fight was announced by renowned journalist Reuben Carter. He claims that the bout is set to take place on August 19th at UFC 292 in Boston. Jon Jones' announcement of his willingness to fight Pavlovich if he was offered enough money added some spice to this upcoming clash. But where exactly is he getting this date from? He didn't specify, but if this fight does take place, Pavlovich suggested what scenario this fight against Jon Jones would be like. Pavlovich is confident that Jones will look to bring the fight to wrestling, as many doubt his abilities in that area. The Russian fighter also noted that Jones will have to actively use his legs in the fight and will try to take him to the ground. British UFC fighter Tom Aspinall also expressed a desire to face off against Pavlovich if he beats Tybura at the UFC tournament in London, scheduled for July 22nd. Aspinall believes that a win over Pavlovich will help him become a future title contender, saying, "I can become a champion in 3 fights, 3 or 4 fights. If I beat Tybura in July, then I want to fight the top guy, Sergei Pavlovich, Stipe Miocic, or Cyril Gane. And after this fight, I will be already a contender for the title," Aspinall stated in an interview with Michael Bisping.
Oh, my dream is to win the UFC heavyweight title. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't matter really who holds it at the time. It'd be fucking nice. Do you know what I mean? Beating someone who's considered the GOAT, that would be fucking really nice.
And Michael Bisping, a former UFC middleweight champion, now analyst, has named off a heavyweight who will give Jon Jones some trouble. Bisping believes that a Jon Jones versus Stipe Miocic fight would be a real test for Jones, as Miocic is an exceptional wrestler and has a ton of experience. He successfully defended his belt 3 times and was able to win an impressive victory over Daniel Cormier, showing his strength and skills. Now, a possible Jon Jones-Stipe Miocic fight, according to Bisping, is set to take place in the fall in New York. So, either way, we're looking forward to an exciting encounter between some 2 heavyweight titans. Now, in general, the upcoming events in the world of MMA promise to be very exciting and intense. A fight between Sergei Pavlovich and Jon Jones, if it does happen, is generating a lot of fan interest, while another possible fight of Jon Jones versus Stipe Miocic heralds a fight between 2 amazing fighters looking to reassert Jon Jones is out having some fun. He recently posted a video of himself having fun at his Palestinian buddy's Middle Eastern wedding. As some of you know, some of the best fighters in the lightweight division are going to be fighting this weekend. They are Charles Oliveira and Benil Dariush. Now, you must admit that millions of fans are waiting for this fight, and there is no doubt that these fighters will be going crazy. but it will not be a 5-round fight, but 3 rounds, and Dariush himself believes that it would be pointless to have a 5-round fight with Oliveira, saying, 5 rounds, no one offered us, and with a guy like Oliveira, this is useless. He either kills or dies in 3 rounds. I think with guys like Arman Sarukian and Mateusz Gamrot, 5 rounds make more sense. Ideally, Benil counts on an early win, saying, I think he will want to transfer me and be on top. This is the perfect situation for him. I have no problem competing with him on the ground. If the fight goes to the ground, great. If we fight in a standing position, great. In any case, I will come out of it or a kill or be killed winner. Here's how I see it. So in this fight, either I finish Charles or he finishes me. There is simply no other way. Now, as many viewers know, I love Oliveira, but you have to admit it would be pretty disappointing if Dariush does lose. Because imagine, it took him 10 years to get a chance to fight for the title, and then suddenly it just slips out from under your hands? I don't know, but I'm sure it's going to be a pretty tough fight for him, and even more so to return and then continue to fight. Now, Charles has already been loved by the public all this time since he lost his belt, but the loss of the belt made him become a little more different, a little more hungry. His approach to preparing is also completely different. During his training camp, he surrounds himself with true friends who understand his burning desire to become a champion once again. While acknowledging the immense respect that he holds for his opponent, Charles believes that his newfound sense of joy and determination will be the deciding factor in the upcoming bout. In his own words, Charles expresses his conviction that happiness and hunger will shape the outcome of this fight, saying, in this training camp, I set myself the goal of being happy. I tried not to focus on the fight and instead focused on having a good time. This time I trained with my real friends who know how much I want to be a champion again. Benil is an extremely dangerous guy and deserves all the respect in the world. But honestly, I think that my feeling of happiness and hunger will play a decisive role in this fight. Well, at this level, where forces are, almost equal, a variety of factors could matter. And the fact that Charles improvises and experiments, it is commendable and perhaps it will even have a positive result. But soon, we will be finding out who will emerge victorious from this crazy fight. Now, what do you all think about this? As it's always interesting to hear different points of view, so please share your thoughts down in the comments below. Thank you very much, and we'll see you soon.